Title: Contract of Thorns, Part 1. Genre: BL Mafia, Arranged Marriage, Dark Romance, Possessive Toxic. Chapter 1. The Contract. The rain poured heavily over the city when Leo was brought into the mansion. The iron gates closed behind him with a loud clang. He flinched. His thin hands clutched the file his uncle had forced into his arms. "Walk properly," his uncle hissed. "You were about to meet William Blackwood." Leo swallowed. Everyone knew that name. Mafia king. Cold-blooded. Cruel. Untouchable. Inside the mansion, black marble floors reflected the chandelier light like frozen water. Men in suits stood everywhere. Armed. Silent. One of them stepped forward. "Follow me." Leo nodded quickly. They entered a large office. A man stood near the window, tall and broad-shouldered, his back turned. His voice cut through the room like ice. "Leave us." Everyone obeyed instantly. The door closed. Silence. Then, William turned. Black suit, sharp jaw, cold eyes that looked straight through Leo like he was nothing. "So," William said slowly, "you are the boy they're offering me." Leo's fingers trembled. "Why, yes, sir." William's lips curved slightly. Not a smile. "Something far more dangerous. You look weaker than the reports." Leo lowered his head. William stepped closer. Each step felt like a countdown. "This marriage contract," William continued, lifting the file from Leo's shaking hands, "exists to protect your family's debts." He opened it. "You will live in my house. You will obey my rules. You will not leave without permission. And your life," William's eyes darkened, "belongs to me." Leo's voice barely came out. I understand." William tilted his head. "Do you?" Leo nodded quickly. William leaned in close, his voice low and cold. "You will." Chapter 2. Wedding Without Love. The wedding happened 2 days later. No guests, no smiles, no joy. Leo wore white. William wore black. When the priest spoke, "Do you accept?" "I do," William said before the question ended. Leo froze. I do," he whispered. William's hand closed around Leo's wrist when the rings were exchanged. "Too tight." "You're mine now," William murmured so only Leo could hear. Leo's heart hammered painfully. Chapter 3. Hell Begins. That night, Leo sat on the edge of the massive bed in their bedroom, hands folded nervously. William entered, removed his coat, and tossed it aside. "You will not sleep until I say so." Leo looked up. "Why, yes." William walked over. He lifted Leo's chin with 2 fingers, forcing him to look up. "Do not look at me with those eyes," William said coldly. "They annoy me." Leo's lips trembled. "I'm sorry." William released him roughly. "You will eat when I allow it. Speak when I allow it. Leave the room only when I allow it." Leo nodded again and again. William watched him carefully. Too obedient. Too fragile. Perfect. Chapter 4. Wedding Night. Wedding night hell for Leo. William not show any mercy on Leo. Chapter 5. Next morning. Later, in the hall. William's right-hand man Marcus whispered. "Boss, are you sure about the boy? He looks like he'll break." William's voice was flat. "Then he will learn how to survive." From the stairs, Elena, William's cousin, watched Leo quietly wipe his tears when he thought no one was looking. She whispered to Marcus, "That boy is going to suffer." Marcus replied, "He already is." Chapter 6. Leo's New Reality. That night, alone in the huge room, Leo curled up on the edge of the bed. He whispered to himself, it's okay, I'll be fine." But the mansion felt like a cage. And William Blackwood held the key. Chapter 7. William's Rules. Morning came, but Leo hadn't slept. The door opened. William entered without knocking. "Stand." Leo scrambled to his feet. William walked slowly around him like he was inspecting an object. "Rule 1, William said. "You wake up at 6. If I enter and you are not standing, you will be punished." Leo nodded. "Rule 2, you eat only when I tell you." Another nod. "Rule 3, you speak only when spoken to." Leo whispered, "Yes, sir." William's eyes narrowed. "Rule 4, do not whisper. I dislike weakness." Leo's breath shook. I'm sorry." William's hand snapped out, gripping Leo's jaw, forcing his head up. "You will stop apologizing. You will start obeying." He released him. Leo's legs almost gave out. Chapter 8. The First Punishment. At breakfast, Leo reached for the cup of tea without permission. The sound of the cup scraping the table echoed loudly. William's gaze lifted slowly. The entire room froze. "Did I tell you to touch that?" Leo's face went white. I'm sorry, I forgot." William stood. Marcus appeared instantly. "Take him to the hall." Leo's voice broke. "Please, I didn't mean to." William didn't look at him. "You will learn." They made Leo kneel in the empty hall for hours. When his knees trembled and he collapsed, Marcus pulled him back up. William passed by later, glanced at him, and said coldly. Again. By nightfall, Leo couldn't stand. Chapter 9. Breaking slowly. That evening, Leo accidentally dropped a spoon at dinner. The metal clattered. William's jaw tightened. Leo whispered in terror, "I'm sorry, please." William's voice was calm. "Room. Now." Leo stumbled there, heart pounding. William followed. "You are careless. Careless people create problems." He took Leo's wrist and forced him to stand in the corner. "You will remain here until morning." Leo's lips shook. "I can't. My legs." William stepped closer. "You can, or you will regret it." Leo nodded and turned to the wall. Hours passed. Leo's tears soaked the sleeve of his shirt. "I want to go home," he whispered into the wall. Chapter 10. The mansion notices. In the corridor, Elena whispered angrily to Marcus. "He's not training him. He's destroying him." Marcus replied. "The boss doesn't destroy what he plans to keep." Elena frowned. "That boy is disappearing." Chapter 11. Leo's spirit cracks. Days passed. Mistake. Punishment. Silence. Leo stopped speaking unless ordered. Stopped eating unless told. Stopped looking up. One night, William entered and found Leo sitting on the floor, hugging his knees, staring blankly at nothing. William paused. "Why aren't you on the bed?" Leo didn't answer. William approached and lifted Leo's chin. His eyes were empty. "I forgot," Leo whispered. William studied him carefully. Then he said something that chilled the room. "Good." Leo lay awake later that night, whispering into the dark. "If I disappear, will it be easier for him?" The breaking point. Chapter 12. A small mistake. Leo served William tea. His hands were shaking. One drop spilled onto the table. Just one. The room went silent. William slowly lifted his eyes. Leo's breath caught. I'll clean it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean." William stood. The chair scraped the floor. "On your knees." Leo dropped instantly. His heart pounded so violently he felt dizzy. William walked closer and stopped in front of him. "You make mistakes too often." Leo's voice shook. "I try so hard. Please believe me." William crouched, gripping Leo's chin tightly, forcing him to look up. "Trying is meaningless. Only results matter." Leo's eyes filled with tears. "I'm scared of you." William's gaze darkened. "Good. Fear keeps you mine." Chapter 13. The punishment. William straightened. "Stand facing the wall. Don't move. Don't speak." Leo obeyed. Minutes passed. Hours. Leo's legs trembled. Sweat soaked his shirt. He whispered, "I can't. I'm going to fall." William's voice came from behind him. "Then fall and stand again." Leo collapsed. He forced himself up. Collapsed again. And again. Tears blurred his vision. "I don't want to be here. I want to go home." William stepped in front of him. "You have no home. This is your world now." Leo looked at him with red, exhausted eyes. "Then why does it hurt so much?" William studied him, his expression unreadable. "Because you still remember who you used to be." Chapter 14. Leo's mind begins to shatter. That night, Leo sat on the floor of the bedroom, staring at his hands. They were trembling even when he was still. He whispered to himself, "Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Don't make him angry." When William entered, Leo immediately stood. He didn't speak. He didn't look up. William noticed. "You're learning." Leo's lips parted. "Am I?" William stepped closer. "Yes, you're becoming quiet." Leo whispered, "I'm disappearing." William's eyes locked onto him. Something dangerous flickered in them. "You don't need to exist. You only need to belong." Leo's breath broke. "I don't feel real anymore." William reached out and brushed Leo's hair back from his eyes, slow, controlled. "That's because you're finally letting go." Chapter 15. William's obsession. Later, Elena confronted William in the hall. "He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep. He flinches when anyone moves." William replied calmly, "He doesn't need the world anymore. He has me." Elena's voice trembled. "He's not living. He's surviving you." William's jaw tightened. "He's becoming perfect." Chapter 16. Leo's silent collapse. That night, Leo lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling. He didn't cry anymore. He just whispered, "If I stop feeling, will it stop hurting?" Tears slid silently anyway. Chapter 17. William watches him break. William stood in the doorway, watching Leo curl into himself. His voice was barely audible. "Break for me, then you will never leave." Leo's body begins to fail. Days passed. No one could say exactly how many. Leo grew quieter, thinner, weaker. He walked slowly now, as if the floor itself was too heavy. At breakfast, his hands trembled so badly the spoon fell from his fingers. The sound echoed. William looked up. Leo froze. I'm sorry. My hands, I didn't mean." William watched him carefully. Pick it up. Leo bent down, but dizziness washed over him. He nearly collapsed. Marcus stepped forward. Boss. William lifted one hand. Leo forced himself to straighten, breath uneven. He whispered, I'm okay. I can do it. William's gaze lingered on his pale face. Sit. Leo obeyed instantly. He couldn't stop shaking. 2. The illness shows. That night, Leo woke up coughing, chest tight, body burning with fever. He pressed his fist against his mouth, trying not to make noise. He wasn't allowed to disturb William. But the coughing wouldn't stop. William entered the room. Leo struggled to sit up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you. William touched Leo's forehead. Hot. His jaw tightened. You are sick. Leo lowered his head. I'll be better tomorrow. I promise. William stared at him. You don't make promises. You obey. Leo nodded weakly. 3. Mind slipping away. By morning, Leo could barely stand. His vision blurred. When he tried to walk, the world tilted. William caught him before he hit the floor. Leo gasped softly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fall. William held him upright, his grip firm. Your body is failing you. Leo whispered. I think I'm disappearing. William's voice lowered. You are not allowed to disappear. Leo looked up at him. Why? William's eyes were dark and intense. Because you are mine. 4. William's obsession deepens. Elena confronted William again. He needs a doctor. He's not well. William didn't look away from Leo, who sat weakly on the bed. I will decide what he needs. He's wasting away. William's jaw tightened. He is becoming dependent. That's not love, William. William finally turned. I don't need love. I need him. 5. Leo's inner world. That night, Leo lay curled on the bed, feverish and exhausted. His thoughts drifted. If I disappear, will he be angry? If I stop feeling, will I be free? He whispered into the dark. I'm tired. A tear slid down his cheek. 6. William watches over him. William stood beside the bed long after Leo fell asleep. He brushed the hair from Leo's forehead. His voice was low. You're getting weaker, but you still belong to me. When the past returns, the cage closes. 1. Leo is fading. Leo could no longer hide how sick he was. His steps dragged. His skin was pale. His lips were always dry. At breakfast, he stood beside William's chair, swaying. William didn't look at him. Why are you standing like that? Leo forced himself straighter. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. His knees buckled. Marcus caught him. Boss, he's burning up. William finally turned. Leo whispered weakly. I'm fine. Please don't be angry. William's eyes were cold. You are becoming defective. The word hit harder than the fall. 2. William grows colder. That night, Leo lay shivering under thin blankets. William entered. You missed dinner. Leo struggled to sit. I tried, but my body. William interrupted. Your body is not my problem. Leo's eyes filled. Am I doing something wrong? William stared down at him. You are becoming useless. Leo turned his face away. A tear slid down his cheek. 3. The first love returns. The mansion gates opened the next day. Adrian Cross. William's first love. Confident. Smiling. Untouchable. Adrian looked around the mansion. Still living like a king, I see. William's lips curved faintly. You came back. Adrian's gaze moved past him, and stopped on Leo, sitting weakly on the couch, pale and trembling. That's your husband. William answered flatly. Yes. Adrian studied Leo slowly. Then he smiled. He looks breakable. Leo's fingers curled in his lap. Adrian stepped closer. You don't look well. Does he always keep you like this? Leo whispered. I'm okay. Adrian chuckled softly. Liar. He turned to William. You finally found something that stays where you put it. William said nothing. Adrian's smile widened. I like him better like this. 4. No one is on Leo's side. Later, Leo overheard them in the hall. He's wasting away, Elena said. Adrian replied calmly. Good. Elena snapped. That's a person, not an object. Adrian laughed. He married William. That's what he signed up for. William's voice was quiet and dangerous. He is exactly as I want him. Leo pressed his hand over his mouth. His chest hurt. So, this is my place. 5. William's obsession tightens. That night, Leo tried to leave the room for water. William stopped him. Back to bed. Leo's voice was hoarse. My throat hurts. Please. William blocked the door. You will learn not to need anything but me. Leo's legs shook. Yes. William watched him curl up on the bed, feverish and silent. His voice was low. You're breaking correctly. 6. Leo's mind. Leo stared at the ceiling, heart heavy. Even when I'm dying, they're satisfied. He whispered into the dark. I don't want to feel anymore. Tears slid quietly into his hair. What remains after destruction? 1. The day everything fell apart. Leo's illness worsened suddenly. He collapsed in the hallway one morning, unable to stand, his body burning with fever, his breathing shallow and weak. Elena shouted, "Call a doctor, now." Marcus rushed to William's office. "Boss, it's Leo. He's not waking up." William stood slowly, annoyed, not afraid. When he reached the room, Leo lay motionless on the bed, his skin pale, lips cracked, eyes half closed. William touched his cheek. "Too warm, too still. Wake up," William said. Leo didn't move. For the first time, fear cracked William's voice. "Leo, open your eyes." The doctor arrived too late. The words fell like knives. He was extremely weak. His body couldn't fight the illness anymore. William didn't speak, didn't move, didn't breathe. Leo was gone, too. The house without him. The mansion became unbearably quiet. No soft footsteps, no trembling voice, no silent presence waiting for permission to exist. William sat in Leo's room for hours, staring at the bed. He whispered, "You weren't allowed to leave." No answer. Adrian stood in the doorway, pale. This wasn't supposed to happen. William turned slowly. His eyes were empty. "Get out." Adrian hesitated. "William, I didn't mean." "I said get out." Adrian left the mansion that night and never returned. 3. The fall of William Blackwood. Days passed. William stopped eating, stopped sleeping. He walked the halls at night, calling Leo's name. "Come back. I'll change everything. I swear." Sometimes he heard Leo's voice. Sometimes he saw him standing in the corner of the room. The staff whispered, "He talks to himself. He doesn't recognize anyone anymore." One night, William collapsed in Leo's empty room, gripping the sheets. I didn't know. His mind finally broke. 4. The place without doors. William Blackwood, the feared Mafia king, was admitted into a private mental hospital. He sat by the window every day, unmoving. A nurse once asked gently, "Who are you waiting for?" William replied in a flat, distant voice, "My husband." "He isn't coming, sir." William's lips trembled. "Yes, he is. I promised I'd protect him." Tears slid down his face. The first anyone had ever seen. 5. What Leo left behind. In Leo's old room, Elena found a small folded paper under the pillow. It read, "Greater than if I disappear, I hope he finally feels free." Elena cried for a long time. 6. The end. Years later, William still sat by the window. Still waiting. Still whispering Leo's name. The world had taken everything from him. But only after he had already destroyed it himself. Candle final line. He owned the world, but he lost the only soul that ever loved him. And that was the punishment he could never escape. Candle Leo's side story. The boy who loved too softly. The days of suffering. From the beginning, Leo tried. He learned the rules quickly. He learned the silences. He learned the weight of fear. Every morning, he woke up and whispered to himself, "Today I will not make a mistake." Sometimes he succeeded. Most times he failed. And every failure carved something out of him. When William's voice turned cold, Leo's chest hurt in a way he didn't know how to explain. When William ignored him, the pain was worse. But still, Leo told himself, "If I try harder, maybe tomorrow will be better." The hope he wouldn't let die. There were moments, small, almost invisible moments, when William wasn't cruel. A hand stopping him from falling. A blanket placed over him when he was shivering. William standing in the doorway at night, watching him sleep. Those moments kept Leo alive. He held onto them like fragile glass. He's not always like this, Leo thought. If I become better, maybe he won't hurt anymore. He didn't realize he was shrinking himself into nothing to make space for someone else's storm. When Leo fell in love, Leo never meant to love William. It happened quietly. He loved the rare softness in William's eyes when he thought no one was watching. He loved the sound of William's footsteps in the hall, because it meant he was near. He loved the way William's world felt safer than the outside one, even when it hurt. Sometimes Leo would sit on the bed, hugging his knees, and think, "If he needed me, I would stay forever." That was the moment he was lost. The illness and the fading. As his body grew weaker, Leo stopped hoping for escape. He only hoped for one thing. That William would look at him once. Not with anger, not with control, but with something that meant he mattered. When he couldn't eat, he whispered, "If I get better, he won't be disappointed." When he couldn't sleep, he thought, "If I disappear, maybe he'll finally rest." He never blamed William, not even once. Leo's last thoughts. On his final night, Leo lay very still. The world felt far away. The pain felt quiet. In the space between waking and sleep, he thought of William. Not the cruel man, but the man who once stopped him from falling. The man who watched him sleep. The man he had loved. Leo's lips moved in a whisper no one heard. Greater than, I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough for you. I hope you don't feel lonely. If there's another life, I hope you're kinder there. And then, softer, greater than, thank you for being my world. Dove final note from Leo's heart. Leo did not die angry. He did not die hating. He died still loving, and hoping William would someday learn how to breathe without hurting someone else.